I'm sure one of your goals is to sound more natural in English. Let's continue to work on word stress to strengthen your rhythm in English. I invite you to join Nitish, my student from India. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm Jennifer and I teach American English for confident, effective communication. If you want my free digital downloads to boost your fluency, then visit my website, englishwithjennifer.com.
Hey, Nitish, how are you doing today?
I'm doing fantastic, Jennifer. How about you?
Fantastic as usual. I'm doing terrific.
Oh, damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, good day, good day. All right, so we're going to keep going with stress, right? Now we know that words have syllables, and
Mm-hmm.
words with two or more syllables have a stress syllable. And we talked
Okay.
about stress syllables doing something differently than the other ones, like Hindi, India, teacher, right? What's
Hmm.
happening? I said the vowel sounds are becoming longer. Sales. He's a salesperson. It becomes longer, usually a little louder and at a higher pitch. So our voice goes up. So when I say teacher, even if I don't say the sounds and I hum it,
Mm-hmm.
you're going to hear my voice go up. Teacher, right? So
Yeah.
louder,
Teacher.
yes, teacher.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing. You won't know whether I'm saying teacher or Hindi, but it's the same pattern. So
Hindi. Yeah.
good. Same thing with English. English. So a stressed syllable means that the vowel sound is longer, louder,
Mm-hmm.
and at a higher pitch. Okay. You asked a great question yesterday, like, how do I know? How do I know these patterns? Like, well, you learn them. And if you ask a native speaker, they're not going to be able to explain it to you because they learned these patterns early on and we just internalize them. But we can become aware of them and then you can internalize them. And this will help. When you learn new words, they're going to fall into certain patterns and you can predict what
Okay.
the pronunciation is going to be. This is also why, let's say, an American learning Spanish or French or another language, we might mess up the stress in those languages
Uh-huh.
because we're using the patterns that we're familiar with. So,
Hmm.
okay, so we're going to go over some patterns, right? I know
Okay.
drills are not the most exciting stuff, but we got to do it. We got to practice so that you feel the patterns and you start to internalize them. So, when we have two-syllable nouns, usually the stress is on the first, like we just did English, Hindi, teacher. So, repeat after me. These are all words that we've been practicing, words that are important for you.
Okay.
Girlfriend.
Girlfriend.
Uh-huh. Girlfriend.
Girlfriend.
You're the boyfriend.
Boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
Was that
Ticket.
better?
That was okay.
Okay.
Ticket.
Ticket.
Mm-hmm. Clients.
Clients.
Mm-hmm. And you have two syllables, two vowel sounds. Clients.
Clients.
And then if we have two vowel sounds, we'll get more into this a bit later, but you can start now. Link. So we don't have clients, but clients.
Clients.
Use a little bit of a Y sound. Clients.
Clients.
Say yents, yents.
Yens, right?
Yes,
Oh
yes,
my
yes,
God,
yes.
it's
So it's going to
getting
be like sort of like let me write this. Cli Clients.
clients.
Yents.
Yens, yens, right?
Clients.
Clients.
Yes, I have clients.
So T is silent somehow, right?
No, clients. And it's NTS, client. One client, two or more clients.
Okay.
Clients.
Clients. Clients.
Clients.
Client.
hmm I want
Clients.
I have many clients.
I have many clients.
Better. Good, good. So often with two-syllable nouns, the stress is on the first one, just as we did. Okay.
Okay.
Now, if we go into verbs, the pattern can be a different. Often with the verbs, stress is on the second. That's why we say, explain.
Hold on. What do you just did? Like, can you do that again?
Uh-huh.
Because that helps me understand really well.
We just practiced before, like Hindi and English. Now we're
Hmm,
doing
hmm,
bum
hmm, hmm.
bum, dun dun, Hmm, hmm. Do you feel that?
Hold
Dun,
on, let me do
dun.
that first. Hmm, 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 something like that, right? The
Yes,
first
I
one
like,
should be a little lower, and the second one should be a little higher.
and you're
Okay,
lengthening it. You're lengthening that sound. Say for me, explain.
explain,
Good. Include.
include,
Begin.
begin,
Enjoy.
enjoy,
Belong.
belong.
Belong. Okay. We just talked about things that we enjoy. I enjoy music. You enjoy sales. Enjoy. Okay.
Was that
But
better? Like when
yes,
we were doing like verbs?
yes, yes, yes. Okay.
These
You're
are
getting,
really cool things that I've learned today.
you're
Thank
feeling
you.
it too. It's fine when you're practicing, and it's good when you're practicing to do something to feel that rhythm. I like using my
Hmm.
hands. If you want to move with your body, that's fine. You're not going to always talk like this, but at the same time, right now, you need to feel it, right?
Let's practice a bit more. Stress the first syllable of these two-syllable nouns. Market, package, discount, money, profit, office, partner, colleague. Now stress the second syllable of these two-syllable verbs. Invest, rely, depend, increase, improve, prefer. Are there exceptions? Yes, definitely. Here are some two-syllable verbs with stress on the first syllable. Listen and repeat. Purchase, manage, order, handle, target, budget. Are you feeling the stress? Use your hands or your body somehow to feel the rhythm. Go back and review as needed.
All right, so we
Yeah.
just practiced the patterns with nouns like English, teacher. Then we looked at the stress patterns with verbs, which usually reverses it. Bum, bum, explain, enjoy. There are exceptions. So there, for example, are some words that can be nouns and verbs, and the stress just stays the same, regardless of how you're using that word. For example,
Mm-hmm.
offer.
Offer. Like, can you
Like
help me understand here in like in these words, which are noun and verb at the same time?
you can
What do we
make an
do?
offer. For example, make an offer. That's a noun. Offer.
I make an offer.
Correct. But you also offer help.
Offer.
That's a verb. Offer
Hmm.
a package. Offer help. So even though I'm using it differently grammatically, the stress pattern stays the same. Same thing with answer.
Answer.
You give an answer.
You give an answer.
What's your answer?
What's your answer?
That's a noun. Or you say, Jennifer, please answer my question.
Jennifer, please answer my question.
That's a verb. Answer.
Okay.
Same pattern. Travel.
Travel.
If we talk about a travel agent, I'm using travel as a noun to modify agent. What kind of agent? Travel agent. Travel.
Travel.
hmm Or I like to travel.
I like to travel.
I like to travel.
I like to travel.
Travel. Same,
Travel.
travel. Good. So offer, answer, travel. Those are words that keep a pattern, regardless of
Uh-huh.
whether it's a noun or a verb. Okay.
So you mean to say, like, whenever there is a noun, what we do is that we focus on the we stress on the first syllable, and if there is a verb, we focus on the second one. And if there is a verb plus noun plus verb, we focus on the just first one, right?
Patterns always have exceptions, but these are guidelines. These are patterns that you can generally
Aha.
follow, right? There are going to
Okay,
be some
got that.
words as well that they do shift. So, for example, record and record. It is basically the same word, but as a noun, we say record, and as a verb, we say record. But again, it's all about learning groups of words and patterns. Some of
Mm-hmm.
these you've already learned and you know them. Other ones you're going to have to be like, oh my gosh, I was saying it wrong all this time. It's actually explain, right? So you'll be more aware of that. With adjectives, it helps to know the root. I don't know how much awareness you have of word formation, but it's nice to have some background with word formation. How are words formed? We have a basic root and we can add things to the beginning called a prefix,
Mm-hmm.
and we could add parts to the end called a suffix. If you can
Suffix, yeah.
recognize the root, often roots are stressed, right? So that's why we
Often
say
roots are
roots are
stressed.
stressed. The roots,
Either the prefix or the suffix.
not the prefix and the suffix are not usually stressed. Not usually.
Okay.
Okay, so
Okay.
you'd focus on the root, especially with adjectives. Like the last time we met, we talked about how our friends and family might describe us. We used words like
Yeah.
caring,
Funny. Oh,
funny. Do you feel the pattern? Caring, funny.
caring. Funny.
Uh-huh. Helpful,
Helpful.
honest.
Honest.
I'm always busy.
I'm always busy.
You're clever.
You are clever.
No, you're clever. You're thoughtful.
You are thoughtful.
You're so thoughtful.
You are so thoughtful.
I hope your girlfriend says you're so thoughtful.
Yes, he always does.
Good, good, good. So do you see the pattern we're doing? Honest, clever, funny. A lot of
Mm-hmm.
adjectives end in Y. So that's why we have that would be an ending. Funny, busy. We also have a lot of adjectives that end in FUL, like full of a quality. So helpful,
Mm-hmm.
thoughtful. We don't stress the full, we stress that the root word, helpful,
Thought.
thoughtful.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yep.
It is a common pattern, but with adjectives, it's better to think about the fact that we usually stress the root word, not an ending,
Mm-hmm.
like why. We stress funny, busy, and not FUL. We stress
Hmm.
thoughtful, helpful.
And usually in adjectives, the first or like if there is no prefix,
Mm.
the first one is the like main like what do I, root word, or if there is a prefix or suffix, the middle one is the root word,
It
right?
can't be like you're kind. But if I say he's what he did was unkind. If I'd use un is a
Unkind.
prefix. It means
Uh-huh.
not. Unhappy, unkind, right?
Unhappy. So like the root word would become happy, and then
Happy.
prefix would become, yep. Prefix would become just un, right?
And I'm not going to stress the un.
Okay, I get that. So I like if I just from your perspective, so I understand better. Let's say if we have to, let's say, pronounce happy, what would we do is that we would stress on the first syllable, like happy, right? But if the word is like written in such a word like unhappy, so then we will stress on the happy, right?
Correct. It stays the same,
I
right?
get that.
Happy, unhappy. So whether I say
Mm-hmm.
happy, HAP gets the stress, not the Y. And if I add the prefix un, the root word is still HAP, the happy.
Okay, I get that.
And that's basically a pattern you're going to follow if we form other words like happiness. If I'm going to add on
Hmm.
NESS to form a noun, I'm still going to focus on the root, happiness.
Happiness.
Yes, I
Was
care
that
about,
better?
yes, you say to your girlfriend, I care about your happiness.
I care about your happiness.
Yes, because I want to be thoughtful and caring. Okay.
Because I wanna be thoughtful and caring.
Yes. Yes. And she's like, oh,
Okay.
you are. Okay. There are going to be exceptions. So for example, and it might be the origin of the word, what we call etymology. So where we borrow words from, where they came from. For example, French
Mm-hmm.
has different patterns. If we borrow something from French, that might mean we're using a different pattern. Unique,
Okay.
for example, bum bum. You're so unique. Unique.
Unique.
Hmm.
Unique.
I don't want to be alone.
I don't wanna be alone.
Good, 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 good.
How about you? What adjectives describe you? What adjectives describe the people you love? Do you know anyone who's helpful, caring, or clever? Do you know someone who's unique? Go back and practice all those two-syllable adjectives with Nitish. That's all for now, but before I go, I'll ask you to hit that like and subscribe button so that you don't miss any of the lessons I have planned for you. If you'd like live interaction and feedback, then join my English with Jennifer community on Patreon, where we practice all skills for confident, effective communication. The link is in the video description. Hope to see you again soon. As always, thanks for watching and happy studies.